Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be learning about Visual Studio Code and how to install it. Visual Studio Code is an IDE, an integrated development environment. There are many other IDEs too, like Sublime Text, Brackets, Notepad++, and Visual Studio. Do not confuse Visual Studio with Visual Studio Code because those two are very different things. Visual Studio Code is also the most popular, and for me, and I think for others too, it is the best because it is free, lightweight, cross-platformed, easy to use, and many of the extensions that help in code are you can add extensions in Visual Studio that help in the code, and many of them are also built in it. For example, the Emmet, which speeds up the coding process, and I will also display it later on. The three best extensions for me, which I will be adding on, is Live Server, Prettier, and Code Time. The Live Server, in Live Server, your computer is made into a web server. The code which you have written down, it will be transformed, you could say, into the web server and will show you how your website will look. Prettier, it formats your code in a way that it is easier to debug and read the code. Basically, it makes your code pretty. The code time tracks the time you've actually spent on coding. It is very useful if you want to know how many minutes or hours you have spent on your computer or Visual Studio Code. Okay, let's start installing. Let's start installing Visual Studio Code. First, go to Google or any other web server, anything. Your web browser, and search for Visual Studio Code. This is the official site, which is code.visualstudio.com. Click download. It has three options for Windows, for Linux, and for Mac. You can choose it to what you want to do. For example, I'm Windows, so I'm going to be choosing to download the Windows Visual Studio Code. But you have to choose according to which your software is, your software. Let's wait for this to download for a while. This is exceptionally longer considering the other downloads. And it has downloaded. I can close the web browser. And 1 second. Wait, go to Google again. Press Ctrl J. This. You need to open this. Double click. And it is open another window. 1 second. Here we go. For this, you need to click I accept the agreement and then click next. This is basically the location of where you want Visual Studio Code to be. I'd recommend you to go by default and just click next. Again, you can change the name if you want, but I would recommend letting it go by default. Now in this one, you need to check all of the boxes and then click next. Finally, install. You may or may not see the exact settings. You might or might not see the exact settings if you are on Mac or Linux. Finish. Click finish. It will automatically open the file. This is Visual Studio Code for you. Okay, now first let's get rid of this starter page and let us take a quick tour. Over here is your sidebar. Here you see your Explorer. Here we'll find all of our project files and project folders once you have opened and once you have created it. Then this is the search, which is pretty explanatory, and you can search within the project files, and it also has a find and replace function. This is the source code. It uses get integration. This is the run and debug for running and debugging. This is the extensions panel, which we will be coming back to a few seconds. This is your account page, and here is the manage cog. This will have your settings, the keyboard shortcuts, etc., and extensions, command palette, etc. Then on the bottom of your screen is the status bar. Here you will have useful pieces of information like the language, the problems in the code, notifications, etc. Here you also have your code time, but we will be getting that later after we have added the extension for code time. Then there's also the one second. Now click the settings. From going to the manage cog and then clicking settings, or you can just press control or command plus the comma. Okay, for here, wait, let me just zoom in for a little bit. Here. Oops. You need to change autosave for after delay, like after a while, your pieces of code will be saved. For me, I like the font size to be bigger, so I like it to be 18. You can also change the rest if you want, but it's completely your choice, and also this font size is also your choice. I just recommend it a lot. There used to be extension brackets paracolorizer, but now it is built in. Bracket paracolorization here. Basically, in the code you use a lot of brackets, right? So the bracket pair is made the same color to show you where it is starting and where it is ending. Okay, you need to click this if it is not already checked. Check it. Also, check the editor guides bracket pair into true, and the bracket pair horizontal also to true. Oops. True. Then search for word wrap. All of these settings I'm just telling you, as you have a free choice if you want to do this or not. It is not necessary to do them, but it helps you a lot in your code. Okay, turn the word wrap on. What word wrap basically does is that it stops the long lines of the code from going too far off, and you don't have to like. Basically, they come down instead of like going one straight line. Everything automatically saves, so we can close this settings tab too. Next, we need to install extensions. So for extensions, like I said, like live service here, so let's install this. It has over 22 million downloads. It is very popular. As for Prettier, it is also very popular with over 21 million downloads. Let's install this too. And let's search for code time. Here. Code time has, it doesn't have a lot of downloads, but it is useful, extremely. Oops. Here, code time. This is the tab for code time. Here, this is the live server, and this is the code time. Prettier, live server, and code time. Okay, let's go to Explorer, and you can open a folder from here too, but I haven't actually created a folder, so let's create one right here. New folder. Let's name it VSC. Okay. And let's open this. You can open it like this with right clicking and open with code, but you can also open it like open folder and then doing it. That's also possible. Oops. Anyways, let's open it with code. Click yes, I trust the authors. It's your choice if you want to click this. I just did it because it's easier. And here, create a file. This is a file. This is create folder. Click create new file. Let's name this index.html, because the first thing you will be learning after like installing Visual Studio Code is HTML. Okay, now let's talk about the Emmet abbreviation. Emmet, the basic format of HTML is this. By using Emmet abbreviation, put an exclamation mark, and look, Emmet abbreviation is right here, so you need to click this. And this is your basic HTML format. With the type HTML, this is your language, which is English. You can also have French, German, whatever you want. Look. In the saddest parts come spaces, HTML, etc., etc. It doesn't matter if you don't understand anything what's going on. because we will be explaining it later on. And just for now, this is a video for Visual Studio Code, not HTML. HTML will be in a separate video, or videos, in a series of videos maybe. For now, this is it with Visual Studio Code. And don't worry if you do not know anything, what anything over here means. Just I clicked the lightsaber to show you how it actually works. This is basically it. 1 second. Let me show you side by side. See, word wrap works amazing. Look, 1 second. Without it, it goes downward. It doesn't go far away, so you cannot see anything. Instead, it goes down. Like this. Look, the title of the page is document. If I change this to VSC, it will change into VSC. Look, and if I write hello world, hello world, it just tells you what your code would look like. Live server tells you what your code would look like in a website. Anyways, that is it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.